A Grand Tour is a luxurious performance sports car that is designed for high speed and long distance driving. Many of the luxury car brands do have a Grand Tour, and the idea was a comfortable and a fast car combined. The idea of these cars dates back to the 1950s, where people would enjoy cruising their cars on long distance journeys. These cars could be either a coupe or a convertible, and usually these cars are expensive. Sometimes these are flagship vehicles. Today, there are some affordable Grand Tour that has lost a lot of its value due to depreciation. Here are the best 8 Grand Tour cars for $15,000, in my opinion. Hi everyone, Vroom Vroom Brian here, the car analyst who helps you viewers to find the best value for your next car. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell for the notifications on any new videos on my channel. With that out of the way, let's get into today's video. Number 1. The Porsche 911 996. In my previous videos, I had already mentioned about the 911 as one of the most iconic cars. Before, the 911 was more of a performance car. Since the 996, which came out around the late 1990s, the 911 became more of a softer and a luxury car that competed its rivals. Still, this is a fast Porsche, even by modern standards. What is best is this car is very well built and fast. Even today, some people are starting to appreciate this car and could be a future classic. For the price, an early example could be purchased around $15,000, but these could start to go up in value in the future. In conclusion, this Porsche could be a great Grand Tour for a tight budget. Number 2. The BMW 6 Series. In the mid-1970s, BMW introduced a 6 Series and took a hiatus with the name. In the 1990s, BMW then introduced the 8 Series as a Grand Tour. In 2003, BMW reintroduced the 6 Series name and is the Grand Tour at its time. The 6 Series at its time was an advanced car. With a V8 that has more than 360 horsepower, this is a fast car in a smooth way. Along with its technology and comfort, this is a classic example of a Grand Tour. In addition with the V8, BMW introduced the M6, which had a V10 that has 500 horsepower and shares parts with the iconic E60 M5. Even though the 6 Series is fast, but the mechanics and reliability is not strong, since there are several computer components. With that reason, it is easy to purchase an early example of around $15,000. Still, this is an opportunity to own a luxurious, fast BMW at a low cost. Number 3. The Mercedes CL. Mercedes introduced its Grand Tour around the 1980s. The Mercedes CL is introduced in the early 90s and is a luxurious coupe that shares parts with the Mercedes S-Class. This is one of Mercedes' flagship car and was very well equipped with technologies. Mercedes introduced the second generation of the CL in 2000 and was no exception an advanced car. This generation was the first generation to introduce an AMG models, such as the CL55 AMG. In 2007, Mercedes introduced the third generation of the CL. Both of these cars were advanced. Some early examples of the second generation could be purchased around $10,000 to $15,000, while some of the early examples of the third generation could be purchased under $15,000. Even though this is a comfortable and a safe car to drive, the car could be costly to maintain due to its complexity of the computers. Still, it is an opportunity to own a large, fast, powerful, luxurious Mercedes Grand Tour for under $15,000. Number 4. The Jaguar XK. Jaguar has introduced the E-Type back in the 1960s, which was one of the early examples of a Grand Tour. In the mid-2000s, Jaguar introduced the final generation of the XK. This is Jaguar's answer to the Mercedes CL and the BMW 6 Series. This again is a V8 powered Grand Tour that could have up to 420 horsepower. This is one of the most powerful Jaguar at its time and aims towards a long distance journey with the comfort and the speed. Although Jaguars do not hold its value well, this car then depreciates fast since the mechanicals could be expensive to maintain. It is possible to purchase the standard version of the XK around $10,000 and the XKR around $15,000. Number 5. The Lexus SC. The first generation of the Lexus SC came out in the early 1990s and aimed towards a luxurious Grand Tour. It uses the same V8 from the Lexus LS at its time, which was Lexus's flagship sedan. In addition, this could have a 2JZ engine, which shares the same engine with the Toyota Supra. In other words, this is a luxurious Supra. What is best is this car is very reliable and still combines with performance since this is one of the best Japanese luxury cars. This generation of the SC is better than the next generation due to its design and performance. Today, this generation of the SC could be purchased under $10,000, which is a pretty good deal, especially for a luxurious and reliable car. Number 6. The C5 Corvette. The Corvette is an American sports car that was built for more than 50 years. The C5 Corvette was considered one of the first modern Corvettes, which came out around the late 1990s. The regular C5 already had 345 horsepower with a V8, and along its time, it came with a Z06, which nearly had 400 horsepower. What is best is this generation of the Corvette is very reliable. Even though the interior may not be luxurious compared to the European rivals, but it could be a comfortable cruiser to own. Today, the C5 could be easily purchased around $15,000. And it is possible to purchase a Z06 or a C6 Corvette too for that price. Number 7. The Cadillac XLR. Cadillac is the American luxury brand. In the mid-2000s, Cadillac introduced the XLR, which is Cadillac's answer to the luxury Grand Tour. It shares parts with the C5 and the C6 Corvette. In fact, this car is built in the same factory with the Corvette. What this translates then is a more comfortable version of the Corvette, with more technology included. When this car came out, it costed around $86,000. Today, it is possible to purchase an early example of the XLR around $15,000. In conclusion, this is a comfortable American cruiser that shares parts with the Corvette. Number 8. The Maserati Coupe. Maserati is one of the first companies to introduce the Grand Tour since the 1950s. In the early 2000s, Maserati introduced the Coupe, which aims to be a luxury Grand Tour. This 4.2-liter V8 is produced along with Ferrari, which had 385 horsepower. Even though this sounds like an exotic Italian performance car, people did not like the automatic transmission, which was not reliable. Still, this is an opportunity to own a modern Maserati around $15,000. In other words, this could be an exotic car bargain if bought in the right way. So there you have it. What are your thoughts on my list? Make sure to share your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out my other videos. And as always, please make sure to click on the subscribe button down below and click the bell for the notifications on any new videos on my channel. Thank you.